Hi, my name is Eric Tender, and I am author of the book, The Amazing Dog Training Man. And in this video, I want to talk about 5 ways James Bond can help your dog come when called. Recently, the movie Skyfall came out. This is the only picture I could find for Quantum of Solace. I didn't like that movie. I didn't think it was that good. Way too complicated for James Bond. But anyways, the new James Bond movie came out, Skyfall, and I think it's one of the best James Bond movies that I've seen. And the reason is because it was just such a great movie. It was old school James Bond, and I thought it was great. And the whole time I'm sitting there watching it, I was thinking about, man, all the things that this guy does and all the things that he's famous for are different ways that you can help teach your dog to come when called. And so I'm going to explain the 5 ways, and the first one is to stay uncomplicated. Because if you notice, James Bond is really an uncomplicated dude. One of the reasons, as I said earlier, I didn't like that movie Quantum of Solace is because they made him way too complicated in that movie. Even the title, Quantum of Solace, was complicated. But the recall command is not a complicated thing to teach your dog. And some trainers make it way more complicated than it has to be. Basically, you need to teach your dog to come to you by using some simple steps. And we'll go through those. But the second way James Bond can help you is to have a plan B. If you ever notice, James Bond, he tends to get in a tight situation, and he always has a plan B to get out of it. And it's the same thing with teaching your dog to come when called. You need to make sure that you have a plan B, because every dog is a little different. And if you're teaching your dog to come to you and you're not getting very good results, you need to be able to switch it up. So you need to have a plan B. The third way is gadgets. I'm not a big gadget guy like old James is. I don't use a lot of gadgets when I'm training, but there is one gadget that I use and recommend, and that gadget is the clicker. Clickers can be very effective for teaching your dog to come when called, because what it does is it marks the behavior. It lets the dog know the second the behavior has occurred that they've done the right thing. So if you have a difficult dog or you're having a hard time with coming when called, you may want to try out a clicker. They can be very effective for teaching your dog to come when called. The fourth way is to be aware of villains. Be aware of villains. And the big thing is that there are a lot of TV dog trainers and people on different places where they show you how they get instant results. The thing you have to understand is that the TV dog trainers, you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. And if you try to be like them, sometimes you could just get yourself in a lot more trouble than you need to be. So beware of villains. The fifth way is to play games. The recall command is all about game playing. That's all it is to a dog. And if you can make it a game for you and your dog, you will get a much better response from your dog than if you just go out in the backyard and say, "Junior, come." If you can make it a game, you'll get a very good response. So those are the 5 ways that you can get your dog to come when called. And you can also get my free report, which is 8 incredibly simple steps to get your dog to come when called at alwayscomewhencalled.com. Thanks for watching this video, and good luck training your dog.